Brothers and sisters, I speak to you today on one of the least known apostles, known as Nathanael in one gospel and as Bartholomew in the others. Apostle Saint Bartholomew was Nathanael until he was renamed by the Christ, in the same way that Simon was renamed Peter. Nathanael is mentioned only in the Gospel of John, but in the Synoptic Gospels, Philip and Bartholomew are always mentioned together, while Nathanael is never once mentioned. In John's Gospel, on the other hand, Philip and Nathanael are similarly always mentioned together. After the Ascension, Bartholomew went on a missionary tour to India, where he left behind a copy of the Gospel of Matthew. Other traditions record him as serving as a missionary in Ethiopia, Mesopotamia, Parthia, Laconia. Popular traditions and legends say that Bartholomew preached the gospel in India and then went to Greater Armenia. Along with his fellow apostle Jude Thaddeus, Bartholomew is reputed to have brought Christianity to Armenia in the 1st century. Thus, both saints are considered the patron saints of the Armenian Apostolic Church. Of the many miracles claimed to have been performed by Bartholomew before and after his death, two very popular ones are known by the townsfolk of the small Italian island of Lipari. The people of Lipari celebrated Bartholomew's feast day annually. The tradition of the people was to take the solid silver and gold statue from inside the cathedral of St. Bartholomew and carry it through the town. But on one occasion, when taking the statue down the hill towards the town, it suddenly became very heavy, and it had to be set down, like right now they had to set it down. When the men carrying the statue regained their strength, they lifted it a second time. But after another few seconds, it once more became too heavy to carry. They set it down again, waited a bit, and attempted once more to pick it up. They managed to lift it, but again had to set it down. Within seconds, walls further downhill collapsed. If the statue had been able to be lifted, all of the townsfolk would have been killed. During World War II, this was the second miracle. The fascist regime of the Italian peninsula looked for ways to finance their activities. I want to check the date there for a second to make sure it wasn't the Nazis coming over the Alps, because they did come over the Alps for about 3 months. The order was given to take the silver statue of St. Bartholomew and melt it down. The statue was weighed, and it was found to be only a few grams. So it was returned to its place in the cathedral, because it was found to be of no value. In reality, the statue is made from many, many kilograms of silver, and it is considered a miracle that it was not melted down. Saint Bartholomew is credited with many other miracles having to do with the weight of objects. Saint Bartholomew is the most prominent flayed Christian martyr. During the 16th century, images of the flaying of Bartholomew were so popular that it became to signify the saint in works of art. Consequently, Saint Bartholomew is most often represented being skinned alive. Symbols associated with the saint include knives, alluding to the knife used to skin him alive, and his skin, which Bartholomew holds and drapes around his body. Mussolini is said to have had 3 of these works of art in one of the palaces that he lived in. Due to the nature of his martyrdom, Saint Bartholomew was the patron saint of tanners, plasterers, tailors, leather workers, book binders, farmers, house painters, butchers, and glove makers. I only read the saint's history about once every 3 years. It being 2021, the last time I read this was 2018. Peace be with all of you, and we won't have to read about Bartholomew until 2024, unless he tells us, I want to come out and talk to you. He wishes us all peace on his special day.